6 months, half a year, it's a pretty long time. And 6 months ago, I took my Epiphone Les Paul Modern to be fixed because it's had a little bit of an issue, which I will explain shortly. But yeah, that was at the start of September. It's now the 3rd of March and I've just got it back. So I've not had this guitar for half a year and it's been an ordeal. I originally planned to make a different video today, but then this has happened, so this is kind of taken over. But yeah, I got this guitar in November 2021. And at first, I'll be honest, I didn't actually use it quite a lot because I was in the middle of doing a lot of gigs. So I was just using guitars that I was more familiar with for those gigs and things like that. So I got this guitar and then kind of didn't use it for quite a bit. And then after the gigging period and things like that, after Christmas and stuff, I had a bit of time, so I started to play the guitar a lot more. I then started to take this guitar to gigs because I originally got this guitar to be a bit of a backup guitar for my Gibson SG. Obviously my Gibson's quite an expensive guitar and I didn't want to splash out and get another Gibson. So I thought, you know what, I'll treat myself and get a nice Epiphone. This was £550 brand new. I have made a demo of this guitar and I will link that below. But yeah, like I said, this was originally intended to be a backup guitar for my SG at gigs. And then eventually I started using this as my main guitar because I enjoyed playing it so much. But that wasn't for very long because it very quickly developed a little bit of an issue, which was a bit annoying at the time, where basically this guitar, I don't know if you know about the modern series of these Epiphones and Gibsons, they are push-pull. So these volume and tone controls lift up so that you can split the pickups to get that single coil sound if you want, or you can have the full humbucker and things like that. And you can do all these different sounds with the selector switch and all the different configurations and things like that. Configurations, get my words out. And it started to develop an issue where I would flick to the neck pickup, and then when I go to sort of do any sort of push pulls or anything like that, the volume was just so inconsistent. I know there is a little bit of a drop when you go to a single coil sound from being a full humbucker, but trust me when I say the volume drop was ridiculous. It was like full volume to barely anything. And then that got even worse to the point where I didn't even have to do the push pull thing. I just touched the volume control and my entire sound would practically disappear. And I'd have to keep like wiggling it and things like that during the gig because my sound would just completely die. Anyway, that didn't last for very long before I then took it to the shop to get fixed in September 2022. It's now March 2023 and I've just got it back. So I've been a little bit annoyed about this for the last few months, to say the least, because originally I took it into PMT, which is where I got this from, PMT in the UK, and I took it in to get fixed, and it's still under warranty, so I didn't have to pay for the repair, luckily. But I took it in to get fixed on a Friday. They then phoned me back on the Saturday, the day after, to say it's all done. And PMT, the shop, is actually quite a distance away from me. It's like at least a half an hour drive, which I consider to be a distance anyway, you know, down the motorway into the Manchester city centre, basically, in the UK. So I drove all the way back to PMT to get there to find that my guitar wasn't fixed at all. All he'd done is just take the back plate off there and clean it on the inside, and then just said it was fixed. And I plugged it in the shop straight away and it just was exactly the same as it was when I took it. It was not fixed at all. He had done nothing other than clean the inside of the guitar. So to say I was a little bit annoyed is an understatement. So I said, clearly this guitar isn't fixed. So what are we going to do about this? And he went, well, we're going to have to order a part from Gibson. Why didn't you do that to start with? It just baffled me that they didn't do that in the first place. And that it took me driving there to plug it in for literally 1 second to realise that it wasn't fixed. So it was a complete wasted trip for me to go back and actually test the guitar out. Anyway, that was the day after I originally took it in September. Fast forward a few weeks, a few months, I'd heard nothing. And I called to say, any update on my guitar? Because I've not heard anything. And they went, yeah, we just ordered the part from Gibson and it's not here yet. So I'm thinking it's only been a few weeks. Maybe that's about the right sort of time. And then obviously after September, it started getting towards Christmas, and I thought, I'm not really going to hear anything now because it's probably a busy period, and with Christmas and lots of guitars coming in and out of the shop and things like that, so I'll just leave it until after Christmas. I called in January and they said, yep, the part never arrived. So what next? Order another one. How about that? If the original part never turned up, get another one, because my guitar is just sat there. Anyway, that was in January. Then skip forward, now we're in March. Now it's crossed that 6-month barrier. So I just went to the guitar shop today, and I'm not kidding. I went to the guitar shop fully prepared to get a little bit angry in the shop because it had been so long. I took the receipt with me, and I was going to ask if the guitar is fixed first. And if it wasn't fixed, I was immediately going to demand either my money back or an exchange for another guitar. And I'd literally built this whole thing up in my head, what I was going to say, and I was prepared for all sorts of different outcomes because I was pretty annoyed. Have I mentioned that I was annoyed? Anyway, I get there, I ask about the guitar, and their faces just light up because turns out, purely by coincidence, it was fixed this morning apparently. I'm going to believe them on that. I mean, it could have been fixed for ages and just been sat there for all I know, but they said it's been fixed just today, so I turned up at the exact same day that it's been fixed, and I plugged it in the shop because they gave it to me to test out, and it's absolutely fine. But yeah, all in all, I hate to say it, I don't like being a negative person and things like that, but I feel like the whole customer experience with getting this guitar fixed and everything like that wasn't the best from PMT. It would have been nice just to have some phone calls or have some messages of updates as the time went on, just to sort of say, your part's still not here yet, but as soon as it arrives, we'll put it in the guitar, rather than just hearing nothing for 6 months, and it was just a bit stressful not knowing where's my guitar. Is there even anything happening with it or anything like that? What on earth is going on? So hopefully this won't happen again, but the guy in the shop did say that if it does happen again, then they will sort it again. At least they know what to do this time. I mean, they knew what to do last time, but they know the process to go through with Gibson and ordering the part and everything. I think he actually said the original part that came was the wrong one. So maybe they changed their mind when they originally said that the part never turned up. Maybe it did, but not the right one, or something like that, words to the effect. He did say that the part that was needed, it took so long because it's not an easy part to get, and it's not a part that they just have lying around, like the actual pot and all the wiring, and I don't know what it was. But he did say it's not an easy part to get, and sometimes if they don't have them lying around or if they don't have any made, they will take it out of an existing guitar to then send it, to then put it in another guitar and things like that, but they didn't even have that. So that's why it took so long, because there was a bit of a waiting period and things like that. We've got it back now, and I'm very, very happy to have it. It's just a really, really nice looking guitar, a nice playing guitar. So yeah, I'm going to look forward to jamming on this a little bit more, so, and maybe making some more videos with it and stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video because it's been a long time coming. I'm very happy to have this guitar back, and it's just been an experience. So for what it's worth, I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video. So take care.